Yeah, if you want to just pull up here to it and
try to finagle it.
And then maybe you can aim for like just getting up close to these posts kind of that way, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I figured that's what he was trying to do.
I'll probably not want to get all the way up to the post though, because I start getting into gravel.
Alright.
So I'll probably aim for down here. See where I gotta meet up down there.
Alright.
So the big problem that we discovered in using the ditch witch that has like 3 wheels instead of like a track is that it gets stuck in the tiniest bit of mud. And the only way that we were able to get this work done today was to hook it up to the Kubota and pull it the entire way. And it was super cold, super windy, and sleeting and raining. It was just overall nasty. So today I'm continuing to work on trying to fence in these chickens. And originally we just did like several strands of electric. That doesn't work for chickens, even though I know there are some people who say they've had success with that, and didn't work for us. So we're going to be doing actual chicken wire around the perimeter to keep them in here, and then do electric above that to keep critters out. Now also, our plans have changed a little bit for our chickens. Originally, our barn area where we're going to be keeping the goats, we were planning on building a chicken coop out of that, like in that area with the goats, and keeping them down there with the goats. I think our plans have changed now for that because there are hawks that live close by to there, and that is kind of wide open, and it just seems like the perfect place for our chickens to get picked off one by one. Now we want our chickens to free range as much as possible and have access to the woods. Like, chickens just love the woods. So, I mean, that really is kind of like their natural habitat. And so we want to make sure they have plenty of access to woods. So the new plan is to turn our entire backyard into our chicken area, and then over here build a walk-in coop and have brooding boxes and everything in there. This is going to be a pretty large area, like about 0.6 acres, and it'll include all these woods back here for them. So we'll be able to run quite a large number of chickens. Somebody is very frustrated. You're on the wrong side of the fence. Hang on, Miss Hen. It's too short.
Stop doing
raining on and off, but we have managed to get up at least the majority of this fencing. This is our garden fencing actually, but we're just going to put it up temporarily to keep the chickens in here until we're ready to use this on the garden, which won't be long. But and then obviously we got to build out this area some more for more chickens. We don't have a whole lot of time left before Glenn has to go to work. The chickens are misbehaving. They are down there in the area where I definitely don't want them to go, digging around in trees and leaves and stuff. So I'll have to get them back down here soon. Today is the day, albeit quite a chilly day. We are going to get this fencing up for these chickens, and they're not too happy with me because I left them in their coop, so I don't have to collect them after we get the fence up and try to get them back in here. So we're going to get this done, and that way we can get back to getting this garden fence up. Chickens are so mad. They're going crazy over there.
He's gonna pick up momentum, go all the way.
Probably should put that glove in my mouth. There's no telling where that thing has been.
Dirt don't hurt.
Well, it might have been chicken.
Oh, that might.
And I think it's going to work out better having the chickens down here. At least makes me feel better. They're just food for everybody.
Except they're supposed to be our food.
Yeah. Not the wildlife's food. Everything wants to eat a chicken.
Getting pelleted in the side of the head. Are you trying to kick dirt in my face? You're mad at me? You mad at me? Huh? Are you mad at me, Roo? For locking you up? Well, if you kept your ladies safe, I wouldn't have to lock you up. I'm just doing zip ties on this bottom strand of barbed wire since it's temporary and it takes so much longer to do the metal clips. So just a temporary quick solution to get this barbed wire on here. But the way this fencing is, it's on pretty uneven and hilly terrain, so there's a lot of like gaps at the bottom of the fence that we tried to fill in with like rocks and 2x4s, and not 2x4s but rocks and boards and things like that. But there's still some pretty significant gaps that something could crawl through, so putting this strand of barb on the bottom at least deter anything from wanting to dig under it. I'm gonna have to get something else to put in here, maybe a rock or this board here, but I think I'm gonna need something else.
the chicken fencing, temporary chicken fencing, is finally done. After like what, like I don't know how many days I've tried, or we've tried to do different things with this to make it work. And we finally ended up just putting up this garden fence as a temporary solution. But this will keep them in. So I'm not exactly sure, like, acreage wise what this fence is, but it comes out to be, I think, if I remember right, like 240 feet of fence. And it's got a decent section of woods in it, so that'll help. And of course there's only 4 of them now. But we are going to be expanding as quickly as possible up towards like 25 to 30 chickens, and we may even go up to more than that. So we just have to see. But for now, there they are. For now, this will work and it'll keep them safe. I have 1 strand of electric here running across the top. Oh, by the way, these are not because I'm worried about getting dirty. They are because they help keep my hands warm and while I'm working with fine stuff like fencing. So anyway, I have 1 strand of electric on top for anything that wants to climb on up here. And then for any areas that weren't really touching the ground, I did 1 strand of barb on the bottom. And then because of the tension that we were putting on the fence as we were putting it up, we ended up with a pretty large gap over here. And we also have like this ledge here. This, I guess it's like a brick ledge here. And easily like a raccoon could jump up here and just walk across through here, get on this deck, and easily be inside the chicken fence. Bad. So what we did, or what Glenn did, he just put a whole bunch of barbed wire kind of in here, spiraled in here. And I'm pretty sure that'll deter anything that wants to go that route. I think this is going to work pretty well for them, hopefully. And then buy us some time to go ahead and get our garden fence up. And then we can start working on getting these guys a much more permanent solution that'll be much larger than this area. Like I said, the proposed area that we're going to fence in is going to be 0.6 of an acre. And that'll be a whole lot better for them. It'll give them a whole lot more woods, and it'll make use of space that we didn't have a use for anyway. So I think that's going to work out good. It is chilly. It has been doing like a mix of like ball snow and then rain and then sleet and whatever else. It was sleeting sideways and upside down and backwards. And it was just kind of a nasty day. So I am done out here for the day. I'm gonna go turn on this electricity and test the fence, and hopefully all that is working properly. And then I have a whole bunch of other things to do. Today is brew day on the homestead, so I'm going to be brewing up a quick beer, nothing fancy. The one negative about the way we just had to throw this up real quick is that we didn't bother to take the time to install any kind of gate. So the only access to back here is to climb over the shortest fence, which is over there, which is probably about 3.5 feet, or you have to come through the back door of the house. It's kind of a pain, but there again, it's temporary. So all it's going to do is keep them in and the occasional, hopefully, predator out. My biggest concern was them constantly wanting to go to this field down here that I've mentioned before. That right there, that is our shed. That's also going to be we're going to be keeping the goats. We're going to turn that into our goat barn. We were going to keep the chickens down there, and obviously our plans have changed now. But they love to go down there in like this open area. And hawks live up in the woods just right up here. And it's possible that's what got them. It was probably either a hawk or a coyote. They just can't be going down there. That's where our chickens were killed. And we're really looking forward to getting back on our next project. Well, it wasn't our next project. It was the main project, which was getting our underground power finished. But the number one priority is to get this garden fence up. So we got to get this power line done, get that ditch taken care of. I guess we're gonna go ahead and do that, not sure, but get these posts up, get these trees moved, till this garden, and plant. Wow, it is really starting to sleet. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching Allegheny Homestead.